Just walk around
Carroll
with his shirt off.
dog.
He just got his shirt off in
Carroll's
there.
part of the culture.
He in the weight room still with DK.
That man trying to be Metcalf.
They say he's one of the youngest 73-year-olds you ever see.
Bro, I'm not
he's
gonna lie
thriving.
to you.
He's thriving.
I'm not gonna lie to you. This is a sidebar.
It's going. I'm grown. The idea of him coming here is growing.
This is a sidebar. We may have to bring this up on another show more in depth. But if I could say, and I can't promise you a championship because I don't think you have Tom Brady. But if I told you you get a Pete Carroll, Bruce Arians situation where Bruce Arians was only in Tampa 3 years, won a ring, walked in, saw Jameis, said, this, he probably did say this nigga blind. This blind. Got him up out of there, brought in the GOAT, wins a ring. Did he win the ring first year or second year with Tom? First year, right?
Second year.
No, it's first year, right? Because second year, Tom was like 7-8. It fell off. Because that's when Shannon was that's when Shannon and Skip broke up.
Yeah.
No, first year because they were struggling.
Because remember, Shannon and Skip was going at it, and but over Tom Brady struggling.
That's still put your glasses back on.
Put your glasses. Hey, yo.
Hey, he was tripping.
That's when
he was tripping.
He was
tripping.
Put your glasses back on. I gotta flip this tape. But if I could say you get a winning situation with Pete Carroll, maybe it's not championship, but you're in the playoffs, you're 12-4. Pete Carroll wins. Where he goes, he wins, right?
This is true.
But it's only 3 years. But you get a succession similar to kind of where Tampa is now. You taking that?
Yes, because now you've shifted the culture.
Because they're not winning a championship.
You've shifted the culture. You've made a difference in the organization. It does feel like
that is now the culture of that team.
Right.
I'm not taking that gamble compared to who else is out
what
there.
we got.
I'm gonna tell you why. Like it goes into Vrabel though. I get what you're saying though. I don't think it's gonna happen that way. I think you.
Well, if you get Carroll, that's exactly how you would have to hope it happens. He's not. Listen, I love Pete Carroll. He ain't coaching till 83 though. We not getting 10 years out of Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
You probably getting a strong 3, and you're probably going for a championship.
Can we introduce the next one, then we continue with, because I don't want to bring up Vrabel and then not.
I mean, you can bring him up.
Bring him up now. All right, so the reason why I say that is because you want someone who has the same pedigree or similar pedigree, but is younger to fit the timeline for us.
Yeah.
Vrabel fits the timeline. He has a very similar record as far as winning percentage. I think Pete Carroll's like 58%. Mike Vrabel's 54%. Mike Vrabel is like 40.
The playoffs.
Yeah,
forget Mike Vrabel got undercut in that whole situation too. I forgot about the fact that they like traded away Hollywood Brown.
AJ Brown.
My bad.
Yeah.
And
even better.
He was like, he walked in the draft room like, what just happened?
Yeah.
At the same time, you look at his ability to identify talent. Mike Vrabel identified Matt LaFleur, Arthur Smith, both of who are head coaches now. Some we always like, both of them we praise now. Geniuses at their position. So the fact that he's younger is a little more connected to this era generation of player.
Yeah,
has a good eye for developing talent.
Well, much younger. He's still in his 50s.
Well, is he 50?
He's not 73.
He ain't 73. I was gonna say like Vrabel was a whole adult drinking, but I mean, Pete Carroll was a whole adult drinking before Vrabel was born. I mean, come on now. But you look at that, you look at his ability to identify talent and stuff like that in his younger age.
49.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He was 23, 24. But come on.
He not listening to Lil Nas X or Dirt. Yeah, he got an ability to connect with his players like they was in the same generation.
No, but his eye for talent, like, and especially being a defensive guy and the way he's been able to pinpoint offensive-minded people.
Yeah,
I just think that the succession plan with him connected with Pose as well would be better than Pete Carroll coming. That's the only thing I don't like about Pete Carroll. He's older. He's literally like George's contemporary. I think George 10 years older than him. Not even.
Who, McCaskey?
George McCaskey.
73? Same age.
Same age.
He's like 3 years older.
Like that.
He actually might be 2 years younger.
Like they're like peers.
Hey, that's what we was joking about. I was like, he gonna bring in.
They'll bring him in.
He gonna bring. Remember that soup in '65?
That's great.
I could just foresee like you want someone that could connect with your GM.
Love a good.
And I think a younger GM with the same pedigree just fits a little better. And it also gives Ryan Poles the opportunity not to feel like he's being pressured to do things because Pete Carroll can be a culture destroyer for us as well.
Not at all.
Yes, he can.
Not more than
the power struggle there. Pete Carroll, look at the power struggle. They even talked about that in the Seahawks organization. The reason they moved him out was because of stuff like that.
The reason they moved him up is because
of Russ.
Yeah.
Russ had his own office.
Yeah.
As a quarterback.
And Pete was like, nah, we're not doing this, bro. And Russ was like, yeah, we are. And the owner was like, yes, we are. And he was like, I don't need you anymore.
But Pete was still there, and they still moved him out.
Sherm, Marshawn,
yeah, because it took Pete moving him out. Like, Pete had that power.
No, Russ was gone. Pete was still there, and they moved him out of head coaching. He didn't, like, willingly say, I'm going to.
They were still winning also.
He was like, he didn't willingly say, yeah, I'm going to step down.
Well, I don't think he will.
I mean, it was a mutual parting of ways.
Yeah, let's be real. What was a mutual parting of ways?
Mutual parting of ways was the message starts getting lost. At a certain point, no matter what, Bill Belichick's message was lost. When you spend that much time in a place, your message
been there for
lost.
so long.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody was talking about the Patriot way. The Patriot way didn't mean nothing when Bill started getting older and started trying to throw DCs in there. Then it wasn't the Patriot way. Then it was just like, hey, Bill tweaking.
Hey, the Patriot way don't work if you're making stupid mistakes like that.
Yeah, I mean?
Yeah.
So,
by the way, I would never call Carroll a culture destroyer. You know, the one thing he has is better than anything the Bears have ever done. 10 playoff victories versus 6
He's 11
since
11.
85
for
the whole organization of the Bears.
He's 11-11.
He might have 10 playoff victories since the last time we were in the playoffs.
Like, come on. You let that guy at least get a chance in being in the building.
10 playoff victories.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out Gucci Finesse.
Super Bowl appearances with a Super Bowl and national championship.
Yeah, shout out Gucci Finesse. He said we don't have a culture to destroy.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I do want to just give some type of like thought to Ryan Poles' psyche on having a head coach that
if
challenges you way too much. And Pete Carroll will come in and totally like, why is he there?
But if you can't deal with that,
like Pete Carroll will be able to run the whole thing.
Yeah, if you can't deal with that, every GM gets challenged by the head coach. Kyle Shanahan walked into John Lynch's room and said, "We got to play the last pick in the draft."
Yeah.
After he traded 3 first-round picks for Trey Lance.
This is the crazy
like
part.
That's a lot. Like you got to be able to be challenged.
And the wild part about that though is because I remember like a couple weeks back when they first reported they was like Ben Johnson would be open to working with the working with the staff to try to come in to at least make sure that he had some things in place and make sure that they're working together to get to that same goal. Bro, if I'm asking you to fix the offensive line,
yeah.
And you can't do that, which is in your job description.
Yeah,
you can't be here. I remember, he's also supposed to pick the head coach, and he can't fix the offensive line.
Yeah, and he hasn't done a good job picking coaches.
And you double down.
I don't care what Mud said.
Double down on Eberflus.
This was his staff.
Tell me he's supposed to be here.
I keep saying it. This was his staff. This was. Ryan Poles' coaching staff.
Yeah.
He picked Shane Waldron. He picked Eric Washington. He picked nobody else picked him. Flus ain't never worked with none of these dudes. I swear I thought the cleaning dude was going to just keep shampooing right in front of that door.
Dog, I thought
he was right there.
That's
he
right.
was out there.
Yeah, I'll record.
Shout out Emmanuel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was right there the whole time. But no, listen, we brought up the conversation about Vrabel. I think this is interesting. Adam Schefter also pointed this out as well. Hit that like button and subscribe to the page. Leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing love. Adam Schefter reporting as well that Mike Vrabel's consulting contract has come to an end with the Cleveland Browns. It ended today, which means the Chicago Bears can talk to him today. Question on the table for the panel, for the chat. Should Mike Vrabel be on a plane right now? Drew, what's your thoughts?
He's not already.
I'm gonna say
should Mike Vrabel be
definitely. He should have been at 12:01 a.m. He should have been on the Palace jet.
Palace jet.